what he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool if he can continue to steal.
What he is doing is, kind of cool if he can keep stealing money. Floyd Mayweather just ruined Jake Paul, the boxing industry's problem child, by turning down Andrew Tate's fight like it was a tax bill he had forgotten to pay. This is the same Jake Paul who loves to brag about fighting anyone, anywhere, at any time. But it turns out that offer doesn't apply to those who could actually destroy his ego and leave him flat on the mat.
What he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool if he can continue to steal money and and they match him the way they match him. I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him, more.
His actions are kind of cool, and if he can keep stealing money and they match him the way they match him, I can't break into his house. If they can match him the way they've been matching him, then Floyd Mayweather will have more power. Like a disgruntled dad, the unbeaten boxing king observes from the sidelines. In addition to calling Jake out, Floyd ripped him to pieces and labeled him a cherry picker, accusing him of only sparring with opponents he knew he could defeat. Let's face it, Floyd is correct. Jake's fights are more about creating a highlight reel for YouTube, like he did here, than they are about showcasing his boxing prowess. He can make a couple $100 million by fighting, and I'll weigh 175, and you weigh 165. You know that's one of the biggest fights in boxing, so what will be your excuse? For this reason, Floyd has heard Mayweather criticize Jake's entire boxing style. Jake is the epitome of everything that is wrong with modern sport style over substance, hype over heart, and of course the notorious gotcha hat incident in which Jake grabbed Floyd's cap at a press conference. That stunt not only annoyed Floyd, but it also confirmed his belief that Jake is more of a clown than a competitor.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that
Yo, let's bust him up.
What took place? You're no longer tough because you're lost. What happened is that we're going to bust him up, man. I warned you that before. Although Jake obviously didn't like the odds, Floyd was quick to call him out for it, accusing him of avoiding real challenges to protect his record. Where are you going, Jake? Jake's rejection of the tap-it fight feels like a missed opportunity for the kind of spectacle both men thrive on. It could have been a clash of egos, a circus worthy of primetime TV. Oh, he is running. Take a look at him. Music Jake Paul was running champion when Florida terrified him, but the criticism doesn't end there. Floyd also emphasized Jake's talent for picking opponents he has faced boxers who have no prior boxing experience and people who are well past their prime. Woodley Tyrant, it's understandable why Jake is reluctant to take on Tate, who has true combat crit credentials, given that Ben Askren didn't really threaten him in the ring and that he lost when he finally met a legitimate boxer, Tommy Fury. Following Floyd's remarks, memes, tweets, and TikToks that ridiculed Jake for eluding Tate and being roasted by Mayweather supporters,
social media erupted.
Jake's whole persona is based on bluster, yet his deeds hardly ever match it. How can he expect anybody to take his boxing career seriously if he is unwilling to take on Andrew Tate? Additionally, there are claims that Mike Tyson was prohibited from throwing specific shots due to stipulations incorporated into the contracts. Floyd is not alone in questioning the validity of Jake's fight. Floyd Mayweather, arguably one of the very best to fight in the sport, fought again last night against John Gotti there, and his failure to fight Tate doesn't exactly help his case. The true problem here is Jake's reluctance to take chances. Jake has long been accused of manipulating results and avoiding genuine competition. Fundamentally, boxing is about proving yourself against the greatest. It's about having the will and grit to take on anyone. Mayweather's hatred of Jake extends beyond the ring. He believes Jake denigrates the sport and turns it into a swine for clicks and money. Jake, on the other side, appears happy to play it safe and stick to opponents he knows he can defeat. Whether you like him or not, Floyd's own career was based on competing against elite opponents and going unbeaten. Jake, on the other hand, is more focused on preserving his influencer status. 6. Why, given that he is 58, listen to what he says next. Until this point, people are stating that Jake asked Mike to calm down. In addition to being a calculated move on Jake's part, Down's rejection of Andrew Tate was a clear acknowledgement of his shortcomings. Jake wasn't prepared to jeopardize his carefully cultivated image because of Tate's brazen personality and combat expertise, but by avoiding the fight. He's given Mayweather and the boxing community even more reason to have doubts about him. Floyd's criticism is harsh, but it strikes a chord with Jake Paul. He has the opportunity to further his career by taking on genuine difficulties, but he constantly chooses the easy route, which his supporters may overlook as wise business decisions, but the boxing community views it as cowardice. 7. Yes, there was a moment when I thought, well, he's not really engaging back. I don't know if he's tired or what, and I could see that he was becoming a little older.